depression's up, anxiety's up.
But I think they were, but we didn't know about it.
Comes from a lack of innocence, right?
Yeah,
They're not ready to handle it.
Hi, I'm Mateo. I'm 16 and I build robots.
I'm Taylor. I'm 18 and I'm really passionate about singing and about music.
Hi, I'm Isabella. I'm 16 and I fly a plane, which is a Cessna 172.
Hi, I'm Fanny and I'm not going to say my age and I'm a filmmaker.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm 39 plus 1 and I am a film director.
I'm Jeremiah, I'm 41. I'm a regional sales manager for a telecom company.
The older you are, the more you know.
Okay, well, I'll start. So right now I'm learning a new thing every day, but like if I had a lot more years, then by the time I'm like 90, I'll know everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just simple things like with learning how people around you act, that you learn so much that you're not going to learn as a 10-year-old.
I think as parents, I'd like to say, I feel I know nothing. Yes. I mean, literally every day I say to you, I'm just guessing. And the older I've got, the more I've realized that everybody else around me is winging it. And they don't know everything either. And we're all just trying our best.
Like when you're young, you're like, I know everything about everything, you know? Now, from what I know to what I don't know, that's, you know, those two things are just completely on opposite ends of the spectrum for me.
Teens today are less innocent.
Ladies, all teens are rotten people, but you know, it's forced on you at a lot earlier age. Online for teen boys, I mean, they can find horrible images everywhere.
I definitely do agree that there's a lot more exposure. It's not like an intentional thing. I don't think kids are just like worse. It's just easier to get caught up in bad situations.
Okay, well, I personally think that we're more innocent now because parents, you guys could get away with a lot more back in the day.
Yeah, we were nutty. We did a lot of things my parents never knew. But now I can you know, check on his phone where he's at and...
But sometimes you go down that rabbit hole where you do think your kid's just super innocent.
That's
and then
true.
you do realize, oh, they have 2 Snap. What's this other Snap? What's this other Instagram? Oh, I have a one you don't know about. Oh, everybody has, you know. I think you have to be more devious.
Well, I mean, this one time I got Instagram, all my friends added me. They added me to the first Instagram account, which you parents don't see. And I was slightly disappointed in them as people, but...
I didn't know you had Instagram, see?
I got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
No, but I think you have to give credit to some of the kids. I do. I think that there are some kids who haven't got to Instagram. And actually, trust is the biggest element for me. As a parent, I trust her.
Yeah, I mean, if the question was, do you think your teen is innocent? But when I say teens...
But I still think it's 50-50. You're saying your friends?
But suicide rates are up, depression's up, anxiety's up.
I think they were, but we didn't know about it.
Comes from a lack of innocence, right?
Yeah,
They're not ready to handle it.
I think they were there. I know 3 or 4 people in my class that had those problems, but they weren't spoken of. I definitely agree that it's more. I do.
There are things that the other side doesn't know about me.
Yeah.
I think for me, I don't know if you know how much I almost judge myself by seeing other people on social media.
Yeah, I do, because let me tell you, I worry every day. You don't know this. When I'm on your social media looking at all these other things that people have been doing, just hoping you haven't seen it or that you're not affected by it. So I worry about that all the time, but I don't say anything about it.
This probably won't be a surprise because you saw my grades from that year, but in sophomore year, I skipped math class like all the time. It was awful. So yeah, there's that.
You know, one of the things that I don't think you know about me is like, I feel like I'm always holding my breath. You know, I'm a lot softer person. You know, when I get bored on my work conference call, they tell you I doodle, but I write poetry in it a lot. But I don't exactly like to talk about it or put it out there.
I wish I knew more. How was your day? Good. Please tell me what's going on, please. I just want to know.
Like, I could tell you a lot more about like what I do, but it's pretty boring.
But like today, on the way here, you told me you're working on a documentary. When you know I'm a documentarian, like shouldn't I know these things? Like this is what I do for a living. You know, I only have a couple years left before you go to college. I really want to be a part of it.
I wish I had more control over the direction of my life.
Yeah, I mean, I made the decision to have kids, and I gave up that control of what, really for me, of what I had to raise a family, and it's like my own fault. But I got kids out of it, that's great. I'll take the win on that, but you know, I want more control in terms of what I want to do that's going to make me happy and more fulfilled.
Why I feel like I want more control, it's not, I wouldn't say it's you or mom. I just would like to be doing more things by now. There's so many things that I wish I knew, like for music and like making an actual song and things like that. So I feel like it's more of that environment holding me back than like home life.
For me, I really didn't feel like I was in control of my own life. Now that I'm 40, I feel like I'm finally grown into who I am truly as an adult and owning it. I'm in charge of my own life. It's nobody else.
I'm personally good with the amount of control I have, though I would like it if you can show me how to control it myself, so that when I finally go to college and I'm independent, I can actually know how to do these things.
Yeah, I think I'm currently very happy where I am with what I control, because I understand that there are some things that I don't have control over, and I think that when the divorce happened, having your parents break up, there's to see something as big as that is something I had no control over. But I knew that I could control how my room looked, what I ate, what I wore. I kind of embraced and took hold of, because I knew that that's all I had control over.
I wish my relationship with the other side was better.
I don't know about this one. Yeah. I think I'll go.
Why are you shaking your head?
Like, there's always room for improvement. So like, even if you're at like the best, you always want to get a better relationship with your parents.
Okay, got it.
I feel like, so I had kids when I was, by the time I was 22, I had both my kids. Because I was a young parent, I look at my kids and I go, oh, that messed them up, dang it. They're gonna remember that one. You know, it's like, it's hard because I know I haven't been, you know, completely perfect. One, I wish I could have a bunch of redos, but I can't. So moving forward, I wanna try to continue to work and get closer for sure.
Like at this point, what like both like me and you are looking for is just how to have like the father-daughter connection still after high school. And I think we both feel that really hard right now.
I also had them young, and you know, I'm divorced, so single mom with 2 kids, and so pursuing the career while dating, and I always feel like, oh my gosh, I did the whole thing wrong, you know, because there I am going on dates, and so I do feel like it had an impact on them, especially Mateo, who's my youngest.
You were a lot, like you're always gone a lot, but that didn't really change our relationship that much. I don't think you having to date was a bad thing, or having me early, even though you probably could have waited a little bit more. And for example, there's always still room for improvement.
It's not me saying that I wish the relationship would stay where it was, because I think we're in a good place. I just don't feel right now that it needs to be better.
Well, and I don't think it's definitely not perfect.
Yeah.
But we're learning at the same time to improve it constantly, aren't we? Constantly checking in every day with each other. We're always changing, and I think you have to work with that. I'm gonna hug you.
We have hugs all the time. I live with you.
Hey guys, Kendra from Jubilee here. Thank you so much for watching this series, Middle Ground. We are so passionate about inspiring radical empathy, so let us know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you next time.